why credit cards and cryptocurrency is bad. Well, there are many reasons for that. One reason, and main reason, is when you use credit card, or you pay with a credit card, you don't feel the money leaving your pocket out of your pocket into the hands of somebody else. When you, for example, want to go to the store, you want to buy something, you're going to look at your wallet, that's it, this thing costs $20, you don't have it, so you're not going to buy it. You only have $10 in your wallet, you're not going to buy it. But when you have a credit card, you don't think, you just pay. Just pay. It gives you an illusion of, go ahead and do it. Paying by credit card, mainly, or cryptocurrency, which is a different disease, is first of all a matter of an attitude. And it teaches you to be entitled. I'm entitled, I want it, I'm going to have it now. I'm not going to think about the consequences. But there are consequences for everything you do or you don't. There's always a consequences in life. As I just told you, there is a price to pay for everything you do. The problem is that not always you have the ability to pay the price. So when I'm telling you, use credit card, it's okay, I'm teaching you, in a way, to avoid the consequences of your actions and to delay it and not to deal with it right now. But when you would have to pay for it, all of a sudden you realize that I can't pay for it and I'm in overdraft. I mean, I use too much money, more than I could actually, that I have to pay. That's the problem, for example, with governments. Governments tend to spend more than what they have, and that's reckless governments. And then, of course, who has to pick up the burden? Somebody else. That somebody else is you, because they raise the taxes and so on and so forth. If government was run like a true business, in terms of, okay, I understand my contribution for taxes to the well-being of the country, I'll pay my share. Well, government has to be very careful with the money, because it's not money that they work, it's money that was given to them by taxes, by revenues that people join together and to give in for the well-being of everything. But they take the money and then they act very irresponsible with that money. And then since they hold the key, they keep on printing money. They keep on giving themselves credit. And that's how economies collapse. Then we have inflation, and then the economy falls, and so on and so on. Who suffers? The people, us. Well, that's the same thing when you are irresponsible, when you don't pay with cash. And by the way, one of the ways the government is going to take control over all of you is simply by eliminating cash and created a reality that you have to pay with imaginary money. The reason is very simple. If you have cryptocurrency and you might have in your crypto wallet, let's say $1 million, but since it's not really physical money, one day you can wake up in the morning and realize that you have no money because government put a hold on it and took it all from you. Crypto money is basically based on nothing. It's based on air. There's no substance to it. It's an illusion. And we all are a part of this, and we want to be a part of the illusion. But the problem is that people who rely on illusions and live by illusions are losers. And that's, by the way, most of the people. I'll give you an example. Let's say most people are not that thrilled about their lives. They deep down inside, they really know who they are and what they are. And it's not a pretty sight. So what they do, they're going to go on vacation that's going to give them an illusion that they are living the life of rich and famous, as being advocated by Hollywood movies and so on and so forth. But we call celebrities, which are the idols of our generations. We worship those people. They determine to us how we're going to live our lives. So I'm going to go on a cruise because I want to feel like I'm a rich person. I'm going to act like that. I'm going to eat, like a pig. People are going to tell me, yes, sir, no, sir, this whole servant thing, right? And that's what happens. I'm going to go to Dubai because I think I'm going to have a lot of money because I'm living in, in some kind of a fantasy. Practically, I'm not. It's an illusion. It's a virtual reality. So when you live on credit, you are basically irresponsible. And when you're irresponsible, you need somebody else to bail you out. And when somebody bails you out, look at Yosef with Egypt, what happened? He bailed them out. He took over the whole entire thing. And that's exactly what's going to happen. If you want to be free, you got to be, first of all, responsible. So to live on credit cards, and regardless of what everybody tells you, that's the other hoax that people tell you is your credit score. Who invented this credit score? How do you know what my credit score is? Should I care about my credit? You don't give me a loan? Hey, that's not a problem. Guess what? I don't need a loan. If I have the money, I buy it. If I don't have money, I don't buy it. Let me tell you something. My father, alav shalom, did not have a credit card. When he went to the bank, they said, listen, why don't you have a credit card? I said, I don't have a credit card. I have money in my wallet. I have money, I buy it. I don't have money, I don't buy it. I want something, I save for it, I buy it. And that was his thing. And let me tell you something. It's a tremendous example. And that's what we should all do. Be responsible. The fact is that we don't want to be responsible. We are lazy, and because of that, we don't want to be responsible. Because being responsible means we have to do something, but we're too lazy to do something, so we're therefore become irresponsible. So we become irresponsible. We live in an illusion that we are so rich and famous and powerful, and people, and so on and so forth. The truth of the matter is we're not. And there's nothing wrong with not being a big shot. I don't want to be a big shot. I want to be free. There's so many rules and regulations that is choking the individual. If you want to know what free people, there are no more free people in the world. I'll just tell you that. There are no more free people in the world. Free people were nomads when they want to go wherever they want to go. Gypsies, they stay here, they go there, they do what they want. They work on their own schedule, they do what they want. Today in the world, if you think about it, there are no free people. There are people with a little bit more freedom and people with a little less freedom, but the truth of the matter is, nobody's free. Even the government, government does not want you, for example, let's say you want to live a nomad life, right? You're going to get yourself a car, and you're just going to live, in your car. Okay, where's the car registered to? Where's your address? Government does not like people like that. Why is that? Because it's a matter of control. And then we fall into this. We have to buy a house. And we have to have more debt. And so on and so forth. And you never be free. And then we all cry. And unfortunately, we reach a state of everybody's basically comfortably numb. To the point that if you have a guy like AOC's aid or whatever that person was, that says that Israel is a bunch of Europeans that took over the land, that stole the land. I don't see any Jews jumping up and down. I don't see different Jewish organizations saying anything about it. They're more concerned with BLM than with what's going to happen with Jews. We became all numb. We're very comfortable being numb. And this discomfort is being given to us by a very simple method. Sex and drugs. Allow people to do whatever they want sexually. Allow people to smoke whatever drug they want, no problem. And then they'll do whatever they want. Numb the people, take over the people. Unfortunately, that's what it is. And you can have a 5th vaccine and a 6th vaccine, and they're going to isolate you. I'm going to tell you, what I saw in the subway was really bothering to me. I saw a sign on the subway. It really, for me, summarized the whole situation that we're at. There was those figures, these emojis. Of like 2 emojis without a mask talking to each other, and they had an X on it that said bad. Then they had an emoji of 2 people, with the mask talking to each other. It said better but not good. Then they had two emojis of people with a mask looking on their phone, not talking to each other. It says better, the best. In other words, they don't want you even to talk to one another. And you know where this situation came from? And I'm going to tell you where it came from. From living on credit cards. We created ourselves a situation in which we are living on VR, virtual reality. Nothing is real anymore. You think you're free, you're not. Virtual reality, so I'm going to tell you, the solution for this virtual reality is, instead of VR, go RV. Go RVing. Go out to nature. Be free. Celebrate your freedom. Don't give too much cheshbon. Don't give too much account to what society says, what this one said, what the other one says. You are free. Do what you want. So Rabotai, instead of VR, RV, have a beautiful day. And no credit cards.